through with another video. This is a hard, not really hard, I guess. It's just like, it is what it is. I mean, but your so-called friends and family will never be happy for you. Trust me. You might think, yeah, they doubted me at first, this, that, this. They'll come to whenever I become successful, when I actually start to make great progress. And it's just not true. Your so-called friends and family will never be happy for you as long as you keep succeeding, but they will be, they'll treat you better the lesser you succeed. The more you succeed, they will treat you worse. Because these so-called friends and family are not actually your friends and family. They're not. And once upon a time, you probably thought they were, until you started living your own life for you, because you're different. You're chosen. You're not a part of their program. You're not a slave to them. There's a lot of people in this world right now that are slaves to certain people. And you're not one of them. And as long as you're not a slave to your own family, to your own friends and stuff like this, you will be hated for the good that you do. And it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. They're going to feel some type of way. Whether or not we're doing good or doing bad, they're going to feel some type of way. And, you know, what do you expect me to do? What do you expect you to do? You know what I mean? Like, what are we supposed to do? Hide under a tree for the rest of our lives and not do anything, not say anything, not achieve anything to make them happy? Because it would probably make them very happy. But what makes them very upset and like envious and jealous of you is when you do better than them, because they never saw it coming from a mile away. And the fact that you're doing it surprises them. The fact that you are who you said you were the entire time makes them feel like the real stupid ones, because they were feeding off of you, you see, the whole time. They were feeding off of you, thinking that you were dumb, thinking that you weren't anything, and that they were better and more normal than they really thought. But in reality, you put it to them. You proved them wrong. You proved to them that they really are who they are. The useless cowards that they are. You proved that to them. And you proved yourself right. And you proved them wrong. So now they feel really stupid. They feel like how they were trying to make you feel. Now they feel like that. So that's why they start to hate you even more. And it's just something that builds and builds and builds. And you make them realize their own weaknesses. You make them realize what is actually wrong with them. And how you are much more developed as a person than they are and they will ever be. This is why all this stuff happens, guys. I'm telling you. This is why all this stuff happens. You make them feel very bad about themselves, because they know in their heart and in their mind and soul that you worked harder. You did more. You ended up being the chosen one, and they ended up being nada, nothing. And it catches them off guard. They really thought you were all talk the whole time. They really thought that you weren't about anything, that you were not going to amount to anything, that you were going to fail and be broke and be poor and quite possibly be homeless and all these other things. That's what some people really think. They don't see the greatness inside of you. They don't feel what you feel. They can't think what you think. And that's why when you have these big ideas, when you have these big goals and ambitions, they don't see it possible for you, because they don't see it possible for themselves. And they want to judge you off of who they are, because they think you're connected. They think you're the same. They think they're above you, because they won't let their egos down. They really won't see straight. But smart people, intelligent people will see you exactly for who you are and the smart person that you really are. And that is the truth. But these individuals, man, I'm telling you, they will refuse to see who you really are. They think you're putting on a show. They think it's not real. They think the way you feel about yourself is not real. That's what they think. They really think you're not as confident as you think and say you are. They really don't believe it. Because they can't feel what you feel. They can't even feel what they feel. And this is why they misunderstand you and just don't take you serious. And no matter what you do, it's just like you cannot drill it in their head. And I'm telling you, they are not your real family. They are not your real friends. They are not your real anything. Guys, I don't have one single person in my life right now that I am on good terms with. That is my blood. Not one. I don't have one person in my life, period, that I talk to. I mean, I'm going year after year after year after year after year right now. Not one single person that is in my life currently, or has been over the past years, is anything to do with blood. Not one single person. None. That says a lot. It's a lot of generational curses being broke. There's a lot of things being done. And I just think everything to do with family and blood relatives and all this other washed bullshit is all bullshit. I really think it is. Think about dogs when they're born in these piles, right? Dogs are born, they're coming out like crazy. They're coming out like candy. Dogs are just popping out. All these puppies. They can get along great with other dogs in this world. And they could mate with other dogs in this world. They could be together with other dogs in this world. It's the same as us. And a lot of these dogs end up being taken away from their so-called blood relatives that they came out of the same dog. You know what I mean? And they're just fine. I think family and all this stuff is washed. I really think it is. It is washed. I don't think it means all that much. And yes, if you have brothers and sisters and you come from the same parents, you're going to have similarities, most likely. Some people don't. But most likely you might look similar, things like this. But even then, it has nothing to do with spirit. And some people and families, they do get along. Some people don't. It's just the way it is. Things are either hit or miss. And if you just so happen to not get along with any of your family, that's not a you problem, most likely. Unless you are the problem and everybody else is getting along. But chances are you could be that one that is left out. In my case. And it's a long story. I just feel completely disrespected by these people. I got to a point where I had to stop going to family reunions, family gatherings and stuff like this because I'm up in my life. I'm making positive progress. I'm doing better, looking better, more positive, getting more mature. And it's like these people are not. And it's like these people are starting to hate me because I am. And I'm literally like putting them in their place. Like my energy makes them despise me. And I can feel that negative energy off of them. So it's like, I can't be around these people. I just can't. And it's unfortunate. I never wanted things to go that way. And it's like when you're a kid There's a lot of people trying to tell you what to do, who to be, and all this stuff, but it's like when you really improve yourself, you did it without them. You did what they could not do, and it's shown them that. And if they want to get mad and upset and all this stuff for no reason, you did nothing personal to them. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to leave. You can't be around them. They don't want to be around you. I've had people that literally walked away from me because they couldn't stand my positivity. And I've also had people that I walked away from because I couldn't stand their negativity. It's things like this. These kind of spirits do not mix. And today as I stand, I'm around nobody. I'm on my own tip. My people are scattered in the world. The people that I have, where I currently come from, that are in my corner, that are in my circle, and I'm in their circle, we're not blood relatives. We're not blood anything. But we have this soul connection. And that is what is the most important thing. You guys understand the world. You guys understand success. You guys understand things like this. And there's no jealous or envy involved at all. But with some people, they just cannot help themselves. I can't be around people like that. And you know, some people that I would consider family today, we are on good terms. We do see each other probably a couple times a year, but they're not blood. That's the thing. I do have family, but they're not blood. And I don't have a lot of family either. And the ones that I do, they're just not blood relatives. But I still look at them as an aunt and uncle. I still look at them as these people, but they're not blood. And that's the thing. So that's just what I'm saying. Like you guys probably figured right away when I said I don't have anybody blood in my family that I have zero aunts and uncles, no parents, none of this, none of that. I do, but not blood. You know what I'm saying? And I used to have a lot more friends than I have today. And I feel the people you used to be closest with, not every single one of them, but a lot of them, are the ones that will turn on you the hardest. And it's unfortunate. And they're the same people that try to make a mockery out of you and try to bring you down, to bring your spirit down. Until you get to that point where they can no longer do this anymore, because they're the ones that are looking to it because you're glowing. You were shining. You were being who you were meant to be on this earth. And you were making such positive progress that they just cannot, there's nothing they can really say anymore. Because you're doing so well. And they'll just fall the face of the earth at that time. They might block you. They might, they don't even want to, they want to pretend like you don't exist. That's how much they hate you. Because you're simply doing what they cannot. You're showing them this. Time and time and time again. Over and over and over again. You're showing them. They're not on your level. They never will be on your level. And you don't want to be like this. You want to be friends. You want to be fun and be cool. You accept each other. That's how it should be. But there's something about them that they can't accept you that way. Because you make them feel bad. For no reason. Nothing personal. It's just your spirits do not mix. Your spirit and their spirit is on a different wavelength. They don't go together. They don't want to listen to you. They don't want you to be the alpha over them. They don't want you to be the teacher. They don't want to learn anything from you because they have this fixed, egotistical mindset to the point where everything that tries to make them better or tries to do anything is just, they're going to get away from that. They don't want to grow. They don't want to hear the truth. Nothing like that. And you're all about the truth. You're all about growth. You're just not going to mix with these people. And, I don't even take it. I'm not. I have nothing personal against any of these types of people. I just don't want nothing to do with them, because I know the relationships just do not work. You could have been best mates or been a very close family member of somebody your entire life, and all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. Toast. It can happen. Spirits elevate, spirits change, and spirits can also come down very low. And if your spirits are on such a different wavelength, you will not connect with this person at all. There will be tension. It all has to do with the spirit. It has nothing to do with being blood related to anybody. Everything to do with this world and who you're going to connect with has to do with spirit. A lot of you guys watch my videos because there's something about my spirit that you guys like. It has nothing to do with who I am. Well, it does obviously, but it has nothing to do with the egotistical part of who I am. It's more so my spirit. You guys don't care how I look overly. Things like this. This is ego. It's about spirit. This is what I'm saying. My physical appearance, it doesn't matter that much. I could look different, but you guys would still be here because of my spirit and the words that I speak and the things that I preach and teach and stuff like this, right? So I just feel some people in this world are with each other because of ego and stuff like this, but the real ones will connect with you from spirit. Everything has to do with spirit. And those are the relationships that I keep an eye out for today. There's too many people in their ego space. There's too many people who are lost, who have lost souls. They don't know who they are. There's a lot of people that overreact so much, and there's nothing you can do. That they're not strong in their frame. They don't know who they are. They're just so off as people. They're so off. And when you are so on and someone is so off, your spirit is elevated. You're on fire. And these people are off a lot. You guys are going to clash heads hard. There's going to be a lot of jealous and envy right there. These people will hate you. They will bring you down. I'm telling you now. This is just how it is. And it will always be this way. It doesn't matter if they're your blood relative. None of that stuff matters. It has to do with spirit. Everything has to do with spirit. And that is all I gotta say. So, be aware of this stuff, guys. This stuff is the truth. This video is the truth. Every word. Every last word. So, I'm gonna get out of here now. On to the next video. I'll be back. Stay safe. You gotta cut people off, and do your thing. And do not feel guilty, because that's a lot of what these people do, and that's the last thing I'll say, is a lot of these types of people like to make you feel guilty because you might be coming out of a dark place, and you might be elevating and stuff like this. It might not have even been necessarily a dark place. You're just elevating. They are not, and they're going down, and you're going up. You're not going in the same direction. You cannot go the same way. It's just not going to work. And this is also why detachment is key in life, because some people can fall and some people can rise. That's why you should never be too attached to anybody, to nobody. You should be attached the most to yourself. And that's the last thing I'm going to say. I'll be back.